How was the preparation on taking this role mentally and physically?
Oh, this was a heavy role. I have a process that's very instinctual. So I come to set and I let all of my nervousness, all of my vulnerability, all of my struggle with anything that I've dealt with in life, but also kind of the fear of doing something new and like, am I going to be good enough? Are they going to like me? Is the director going to approve of my choices? I let all of that play into the shame and the vulnerability of Eve's character because of the things that she does. But I also I had to check AnnaLynne McCord at the door, and that was harder with this role than any other role. And I've played villains for 22 years, but I don't believe that villains are real. But for the sake of stories and context, I had to not judge this character. And that was the biggest preparation. I had to find a way to find something within her that I could connect with and I could attach to. And ultimately, that was innocence. She believes that she's saved and she believes that her faith is going to save her. And I had to believe it as strongly as she does in order to do her justice. And I hope that's conveyed in the film.
How was it working with Dean and Natasha?
Oh my gosh, Natasha, first of all, let me just start with the devil. Natasha is amazing. She was so wonderful to work with. We had crazy hours and crazy heat in Arizona. It was like triple digits in the temperature, the degrees of the temperature out there, because we shot in the summer in Phoenix and around. But she was such a trooper, and she brought so much humor actually, and it was kind of like comedic relief that we needed in the film because it's so heavy. So it was amazing working with her. It was fun, and she's an awesome down-to-earth chick. And then working with Dean, I mean, he's just charming. He's Superman, you know, how can you not be charmed by him? We had really serious conversations. We agree on things, we don't agree on other things, and we talked a lot about issues in our world that this film highlights, and we had some really deep conversations. And then every 2 minutes he whipped out he's a part-time law enforcement officer, he whipped out his handcuff key to uncuff my cuffs because he was like, you can't be happy sitting there in those metal shackles. I have to let you out of them. So he doubled as a PA on set.
That's what. Yeah. What have you learned on working with this movie?
What have I learned by working on Condition of Return? You know, I think it's to trust my gut instinct. I I didn't want to do the film in my head, but I immediately said yes in my heart. And throughout the film, and throughout the whole process, actually, even with everything going on with the strike, I just kept trusting the process, and SAG ultimately approved an interim agreement so that we could do this tonight here. And I just kept trusting that this was meant to be, that this is something important, and if it was meant to be, then everything would unfold. And I think that's the thing that I learned the most as far as me as a human.
Early days. Here in LA, the LA scene. Oh no, San Diego. I was king of the spot rockers. There was three